Is it recording?
Yes, it's recording.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hi, Miss Paula. Hopefully you're not sick. Today, as you asked us to do, we are having a debate. So we split into two teams yesterday. We are very organized students, as you know. Two teams. One team consists of Philip, Lander, and Anthony, who are convinced that financial methods are the best for motivation. And then on the other side, you got me, Amelia, and Oscar, who are trying to convince that non-financial methods are better and superior than the financial methods. So now we're going to first start with short and concise opening statements from each team. So can I please ask the side which wants to convince that financial methods are better, aka Anthony, Lander, and Philip, to give their opening statements?
Very well. I shall begin then. Monetary compensation is money paid to an employee in exchange for the employee's labor. Common forms of monetary compensation include wages, salary, commissions, and tips. We believe that monetary compensation is the best way to compensate an employee and motivate them to do their work.
Thank you, Anthony. Can I now have an opening statement from the other side trying to convince that non-financial methods are better?
Of course. So, Ayn Rand once said that money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. People say that money is what makes the world work. However, what do people do with the money? Why do people work? And if money is the only motivator, then why do people quit high-paying positions? The only answer to that must be that money is not the only motivator.
Thank you for your opening statement. Now we may commence the debate. So the first argument I would like to hear is from the financial method side. What do you guys say in your favor?
Well, very well, then I shall start with argument with reference to the opening statement of our opponents. Well, if money is not what makes the world work, then how do you think a business can run without salaries? People work for salaries. No one can live without money. Money is the most important thing in our lives. Money allows us to live in our society. In a capitalist country, money keeps the companies, the market, and the whole, in the whole country. It keeps it running.
All right. So yes, I agree with you that money runs the world, let's say, because without money, we would be not able to live in such a society that we live nowadays. However, if only money were the motivation of people to live, I don't think that anyone would be happy and that anyone would actually be working. I don't know if only the thing that some kind of paper that can get you things and nothing else is your only motivation. I don't think that you can be happy at all. What do other guys from my group think?
I say, in my opinion, the salaries and what you were talking about, Anthony, I completely agree with that. But the bonuses and everything of the financial methods, they may also demotivate the other fellow employees who may not be getting as much paid. They might be thinking, I'm not getting paid enough. That guy's getting paid more, and it might lead to some sort of dissatisfaction and discomfort in the company.
I would also like to clarify that I was not saying that money is not what runs the world. As you pointed out, it is extremely important in keeping our society functioning the way it does and keeping businesses alive. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is that money is not the only motivator and is not the most important motivator. Since if we think about why do people work for money? Why do they want to have higher salaries? And why do they aim to have as much money as possible? It's for their own well-being, for their own happiness, for comforts, for certain privileges, to be able to take time off work, to be able to afford trips, to be able to have sort of certain commodities that they usually wouldn't be able to do. And in a sense, a job is able to provide that without directly providing more money. So if a job provides fulfillment, which a person would try to get through money, then it's giving that directly. Even if someone's salary might not be as high, they would still choose the job which fulfills them more and gives them more satisfaction, even if they have an opportunity to earn more money, knowing that that money might not give them the same satisfaction.
Okay, so may we now present our, or the other group wants to add something after our...
I think the non-financial methods
Yeah,
team
it's now our turn to
presents an
speak, so-
argument, but then they can counter. Yeah.
So I can start. So, don't you think that what makes employee loyal is not just a lot of money, but the feeling of being needed, added responsibility for the person, recognition, participation in decisions, or just passion and satisfaction from work? I think that's what is the most important and what makes an employee a good employee, because he has to care for the company, be loyal to the company, and if the money is the only motivator for the person, he will change the job the first time he gets better offered. But if it's the passion and if he's loyal to the company, if he feels good in the company, he feels needed, he won't change it by just getting $50 more in the other place. But if the money is made the only motivator, because yours not only, but the main motivator, he will never be loyal to the company. Because if you make the money the most important thing, it's the most important thing for the employee.
Okay, thank you for raising such a point. So I would like to have a response to that. So you mentioned the words fulfillment, loyalty, and the words that keep the worker within the job. So my response is that many companies nowadays offer new ideas. They try to implement extra bonuses with the amount of work done. And in my opinion, this brings the worker closer to the company, as he can work more, work with people more, can show his best sides. And after all, he'll get a better bonus or just money split from the amount of products he has done. So money also implements some motivator within the people, even because they're motivated to work with each other, to cooperate together, to produce more, and to satisfy the needs. And then they're getting bonuses. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, sorry, to make it clear, I don't say that money is not a motivator at all. It is very important to make employee comfortable in his life, to be comfortable both in work and after the work, to have money to fulfill his needs. But I say that money cannot be made the main reason he goes to the work, because then he will never be passionate about it and he will never do it at his best. And it's bad for both him, because he will never be loyal, it's mostly bad for the company, because he both won't be loyal and he won't do the work at his best, because he just doesn't have that motivation, because it's not what he really loves to do. It's just for the money. If you make the money the main reason he works at your job, at your company.
Right, so you're absolutely correct here, and I absolutely agree with you. And same as you, we're not trying to say that money should be the only motivator, but we are trying to say that money is the most important motivator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
Right.
cannot be made the main reason, not the only reason, the main reason. I still say that it should not be made the main reason, in my opinion, of course.
So another thing I think makes the money a very good and one of the best motivators is that it eventually can come back to the company. If, for example, a company produces, I don't know, smartphones, let's say, and the money the employee gets allows him to buy a smartphone, the money will eventually fuel the company, go back to the company.
Yeah, but I think that this
And this was rather a win-win situation.
are about like motivation of an employee, not the well-being of the company. Because of course, if you are McDonald's and you have a oversized, overweighted guy working in McDonald's, and you give him salary, and the half of the salary goes back to you, and you know that, of course, that's a great deal for you. However, we are not now saying, I think, about like the motivation of an employee and how to make him more motivated to do, to do the work.
Relate to what Anthony said, because he maybe lost his point. So I can clarify it because of the loyalty, that if the workers work and they're satisfied with the job because of the payment, his relatives and closest environment would be rather purchasing products from the company and spreading the information about it. So then the money comes back to the company again. So he is fulfilled, the family is actually happy, everyone is happy, and the money still comes back, and he's allowed to work more and be fulfilled with the job. So I think that's what Anthony had.
Yeah, but
provided.
I think we are losing the point, because we are not saying about the well-being of the company. If it makes money, we are talking about the motivation of a person, and how does it motivate a person that he buys from his own company, and
Well, I believe what we're trying to say is that the financial method of compensation is the best. That's what we're trying to say.
Okay, but what is, because that argument doesn't really make sense. That it doesn't. It's like your first argument about money coming back to the company does not lead to the conclusion that the money is the base motivation.
Right. As Oscar said, I might have lost myself. Not Oscar, but Philip said that I might have lost my way there with the argument. But I also believe that it not only benefits the employee, but it also benefits the employer. That's why I think it's better.
Okay, maybe we should move to the next argument. We've discussed more than enough. And can I ask, just next time, whoever is speaking, only they unmute themselves. The rest of the people, please mute themselves. So the opposite team, I think, is your turn now. What is your argument?
I can go because I haven't talked a lot. I actually have a little presentation. Give me a sec. Right, okay. So, is it here? Wait, I'm looking for it. Okay, I can get it here. Okay, can you see it? So, I would like to say that, first of all, the world runs on money, and adults know that, people know that, workers know that. So everyone who works understands that money is what is necessary to live. Like, you need money for everything in this world. Look around you, everything around you, it comes from money. Your parents bought it with money. A company produced it by giving money. Everything, they bought it by money. Everything around you is money. So even in today's society, a human's needs costs money. You need to pay for food. You need to pay for water to bring in your tap water. You need to pay for your house. Either you rent a house or you buy a house. Either way, you need to pay for it. Traveling, that's your wants. You need to pay for your wants. You want a good car, you need to pay for it. You want a BMW, you need to pay for it. You want a PC, you want a computer, you pay for it. And everyone understands this. So everyone wants stuff and everyone needs stuff. And they need money to do that. And they're motivated if they want something. They're motivated so they know that they need money to do it. So the money motivates them so that they're able to travel, so that they're able to afford their needs, so that they're able to afford their wants. And third, a family. People, the workers, they want to provide for their family. It doesn't mean that it has to have children. It can be for themselves, that's their own family. It can be for them and their parents, for them and their wife, for them and their girlfriends. they want to afford a good quality of living. They want to afford a good quality of life. And by doing so, they need money. They understand this because they need money. They need money to pay for their wants. They need money to pay for their needs. And they understand that. So the people, the workers, are motivated by money to get a good quality of living, to get a good quality of education for their family, if they have any children or something, to have a good quality of luxury. And they understand. So they are motivated by money. They are motivated to work hard and to gain a good position in society so that they can gain more money, so that they can spend that money on what they want. So whatever you say, that's like phones or anything, whatever you guys were talking about, it always comes back to money. People are always motivated by money. And yes, I'm not saying that money is the only motivator. I'm just saying that money is the main motivator because everything in this society costs money. You need money for anything. And people understand that. And they're motivated so that they can afford all this stuff by using money. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I counter that?
Yes, that's the whole point.
So I would just like to say that we're not denying the importance of money, as we probably already mentioned 100 times. I would just like to say that there are certain higher needs that go beyond money. And you said that everything costs money.
Like what? Like what? Like what?
Like acceptance, like being acknowledged, like feeling fulfillment that your work is being recognized, that you are somehow contributing beyond just, I don't know, being able to afford a BMW, as you said. Like there are certain fulfillment needs that people have that go beyond simple pleasures like going on vacation. If they know that their job is not meaningful at all and they're just, I don't know, counting papers the whole day, but at the end of the day they are able to afford a car, that's not gonna make them happy at the end of the day. And you said that everything costs money, but certain things do not cost money, and that is the relations that people have at work, their friendships, their like fulfillment, acknowledgement, which often people even quit their jobs when they are able to afford such luxuries. And I think we should remember that most people do not make that much money to the point where it outweighs all the other benefits. Because for example, if you are a millionaire, then maybe you do not care that you don't have friends at work because you're living a luxurious life. But for most people, when it comes to their work life, they do not make the type of money that outweighs all the other benefits that they get from their job. And they do look for that fulfillment. And even rich people look for that fulfillment later on in life. They start charities, they do work for the environment or for like humanitarian aid.
Yeah, and before you understand, because again, I don't think that your conclusion in the end really was connected to the whole point you made, because you were just saying about the importance of money. And again, as Amelia also said, 101st time, I would say that we do not argue with you that money is not important. We say that it's very important, but it should not be the main reason the person should be motivated to work. And if you say that the money is the main motivator, why don't you become a soil welder? They make like around $50,000 a month, but you are just in the middle of nowhere your whole life. Just, do we say, dive into the water? Because you know they are
Yes.
underwater. What are they called? Welders. You know what they do? Like, yeah. So there are a lot of jobs like truckers. They also don't make bad money, but they are, driving their whole life. They are made apart from their families, and there are a lot of jobs which no people want to do, and that's why these people make a lot of money. But still, of course, there are people who are starting these jobs, but mostly there are people who have no other options. But that's why people educate themselves to connect making money with fulfillment, satisfaction, recognition, etc.
Yeah, this is a strong point here. However, we may be lost with a point. We're not saying that motivation and fulfillment from the not physical but mental part is not important at all. However, in order to be fulfilled,
Now it rolls. Now you're saying that. Yeah, we are not saying that you are saying that it's not important at all, but you are saying that money is the main reason. Okay, that just debate. Maybe let's just end your point.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
just finish your point, then we're gonna move on to the next one.
yeah,
right.
it's our point. So I should protect our point. That's how debate works. So what I wanted to say, in order to have the fulfillment later, you don't have to work for the whole life earning a lot, but just being sad. You have to study, earn a lot, try to earn as much as possible. So this motivates you for the whole time, the money, money, money. And later on, when you're fulfilled with the amount of money you earned, then you can change your job or find a better way to be satisfied with even less amount of money to just provide your standards that you like, because everyone has different standards in life. Some people may be satisfied with $50,000 a year, or some people will be satisfied with $50,000 a month. So we're not saying you have to work till the end of your life just to earn money, but money motivates you as first stage of your life, and that is important. So in order to be satisfied, firstly you have to earn. That's my point.
Why do people became like I don't know, teachers? Teachers do not earn a lot. Why do people become teachers? There are lots of jobs where you have to educate yourself for such a long time, and then you do not earn a lot of money. You do that for passion, you do that for satisfaction, and that's the main reason driving people. And of course, there are people who are only, can I say, driven by money? Driven by money. But I think that most of people want to do something. And I don't you ever feel like a need to do something great in your life to like fulfill your internal needs? I think that's what's the most important, not just the money.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's move to the next argument, and I'm gonna present it. So I have a question for you guys, for the opposing team. Don't you think that these bonuses and salaries and these other financial methods you were talking about are a short-term solution, which may lead to less profits for the company owners themselves? Wouldn't the long-term and better solution be to build a connection, encourage innovation, and be more inclusive with with an employee in a company, which costs a lot less than financial methods?
Yes, well, that's absolutely true. I also believe that it's the easiest solution and it's the fastest solution. So if you need to implement a solution right now and you don't have time to be improving your working environment or other stuff like that, monetary solution like increased wages are the best and the fastest way to solve the problem.
Yeah, but don't you think that would lead to less profits for the company and maybe even leads to more greediness and maybe increase of theft in the company?
What do you mean theft?
People will get more greedy the more bonuses they get because they will want more. Of course, it's a basic human thing. We get something, we're never satisfied with what we have. So it may lead to theft and corruption in the company for some reason.
I'm not sure just giving bonus will lead to that result. In fact, it's when employees are given the option of getting bonuses, it shows that they are more motivated to work harder. Their productivity increases so that they have a chance of getting this bonus, right? And I'm not sure if that makes them more greedy in total, but it will just make them more motivated, and it will most likely not result in theft in a company. But on the long run, even bonuses or higher paid wages are they are successful because, like we say, money is a large motivator, if not the main motivator. And people would really get motivated to work harder for their company. They would get motivated to increase their productivity. They would do more for their company if they're able to get a higher paid, even in the long run and not only in the short run.
Okay, can I say something? Put yourself in. Firstly, I have like two things to say. Firstly, put yourself in a place. You own a company. Do you think that your employee will be more loyal to you when you give them more money, or more job satisfaction without giving more money? Because I think that if you only as I already said, because we are losing point again, and Anthony said that money is the best fast motivator, but we are not talking about fast motivator because it's obvious to give it higher salary than to create a great environment in the job. It's obvious. But when, as I already said, when you motivate your employee only with the money, he will take the first offer they get from the other company, which gives them more money. And like the market for a good employee is also good, and he will look like you lose your employee the first time he gets an offer. And I've already forgot what I wanted to say, the other thing, but.
So I can just quickly relate to what you said. So it's actually the side from the employer to formulate a bonus or to create extra payment in a way that he will not leave the job. So they have to think how to implement more money for a worker without discouraging his passions or goals. So for instance, the point I mentioned before, the amount of products created and the quality should relate to the money the worker should get, because then the worker would be more willing to stay in the company for the longer time, longer run, to be tolerated, to be treated better, and then he will earn more money. So it's all about how would you create this bonus or more money, like how would you give more money to the worker?
Sorry, Amelia, because now will be your point. I will just say, because now I remember. I wanted to say that you are talking as if all the jobs were so cool for people and that all people at some point like their job. But I think that we people who are like from, let's say, good families, we have like biased perception, and we do not see that a huge higher percent than majority of people work jobs that they hate, they actually hate. And that's why we are talking about motivation, not only of people who went to exact job because they were motivated to do so. Most of people take up the job because they have to make some money, and to make an employee an efficient one and loyal one. We do say that the non-financial methods are the best motivator. And I'm feeling like, I'm not sure, but I'm feeling like every argument we are losing a point a little bit. Okay, Amelia, go on. Sorry, because we don't have time.
It's okay. I just wanted to make one more point, which I would like to hear what the counter argument would be. Since there is quite a big obsession in our society about self-made millionaires, and well, I can't deny that there is like a thirst for money and people do want to be successful, but there is that key in being self-made, and people do want that recognition. They want to build something on their own. They want to be recognized for it. People don't want to inherit money from their parents. They don't want to continue like some transportation company that their parents have just because they will get money. They want to create something that of their own. They want to feel that fulfillment that they have achieved something. That's the same thing when people become actors. They don't do it for the money. They aim to get an Oscar one day. They want to be acknowledged for their talent. They want to be known for how amazing they are at their job, not how rich they got because of their job. Same thing with music. People want Grammys. They don't want, well, obviously they want money, but you have to look at the end of the day, they want that fulfillment which they get from those jobs. They want to be acknowledged that they have a talent and they want to be known for that talent rather than the money.
Right, so I believe we can come to a conclusion that will
Why
bring
there's
us.
counter argument? Wait. There's argument, now there's counter argument. What do you have to say?
Oh, very well. If you want a counter argument, then I guess I'll have to think on that for a while. Can someone from my group take over now?
Yeah, maybe I can relate to that. This is the point that you made as a huge actually issue in the world, that some people just forget about the issues connected with fulfillment at all. They don't even think about it. However, musicians and people who just work with art for their life, this is some percentage of the world. For example, 1% that are like they forget about money. They just do it because they want to become famous and use their talent. However, majority of the world actually works for money. So I'm not discouraging your point. I'm saying that that's actually good to find a motivation without money in your life. However, in 95% of the jobs and like, for example, 95% of people don't have this chance and don't have this talent to use it later on. So they just work for money. I'm not discouraging your point, of course. Like don't think about it.
But like that's the whole point. And that's why most of people hate their jobs and they are not as efficient as they could be if they were really motivated. Deep inside, they wanted to do the job they were doing. If they did so, the world would be so efficient. We would be, like this images 2020 was supposed to be. That's how the world would be if people were motivated not only by financial methods.
Maybe. I'm not the one to predict that. I'm just saying what I think, But this is a good point.
Okay, guys, so as we are slowly running out of time, I believe we can come to a conclusion that will bring our all points together, a mutual agreement per se. We can say that money is an important motivator, and without it, most people won't really bother to work as much as they do. However, it is not the only motivator there is, and it's bad for the business when it's the only motivator for the employees. How about that?
Not main.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have come to a conclusion.
Okay, I think we can finish off. Thank you everyone for the debate. Ms. Paula, we're expecting the A stars in less than an hour of you watching this in Primus. And yeah, just put those in and we'll be all good, okay? Just finish the recording, Anthony.
Bill.
Okay, so now I press stop recording, yes?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Can you stop it?